What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome back to Whole Lotta Bull. I'm Troy. Follow me on Twitter, apples_Troy. Follow the show at Whole Lotta Bull. Bulls get their asses kicked. We'll talk about it right after this. And that was a rough game. Chicago Bulls get their asses handed to them at home on a two-game losing streak, 136 to 101, the final score at the United Center. And yeah, this was just ultimately a really, really tough game. We lose Kobe White early in the first quarter. Looks like or early in the game. Looks like he's restrained that calf muscle that saw him miss the first handful of games to start the season. And then yeah, Josh Giddey on the first play of the second half, he goes down with a hamstring injury. Now, as us Aussies knows, especially when it comes to Australian rules football, we've got a general idea of the timeline on those kind of injuries. So, depending on the severity of it, maybe you might be looking at 3 to 4 weeks for Josh Giddey being out with that hammy. But yeah, ultimately, this was a rough game that the Bulls in the first half did keep it relatively competitive, despite even Kobe White being out early in this game. It was only a 5 point game at the half, and then obviously Minnesota just goes, screw this, bye bye, see you later, we're out of here, and we're going to put you to the sword and destroy us. Now, Nikola Vucevic in this game, yeah, he comes out and plays relatively well. He finishes with 23 points, only gets the 5 rebounds, but when you're going up against Rudy Gobert, um, rebounds are going to be hard to come by as well. You know, Marcus Bazelis in this game, 13 points, rough night shooting for him. 5 of 14 overall from the field. Does go 3 of 8 from beyond the arc, and the 5 rebounds. Now Kobe White leaves this game again. Only plays 6.5 minutes. So Kobe White doesn't register. Doesn't even get a single shot up in this game. Has the 2 assists before he goes out with that injury. Josh Giddey, man, he was struggling from the field yet again. I mean, today he only had the one turnover in his just under 18 minutes of play. He finishes with 11 points, a 3-10 from the field, 1 of 4 from beyond the arc. Hits all 4 free throws, 4 rebounds, 3 assists before he goes down with that hamstring injury. So not good there for Josh. Hopefully, both Josh and Kobe, hopefully these are not serious injuries and they can return sooner rather than later. We also know that Zach Collins coming into this game, he was already out. He's got a sprained big toe, and I think it's his right foot. So he's going to miss the remainder of this week as well himself. So one thing that we've known about this Bulls team is that because we don't have that superstar, this team relies very heavily on its depth, and now the depth is going to get pushed to its limits once again. Probably even worse this time. Now, obviously, we're losing our backup center in Zach Collins, but now we're down our starting backcourt with Josh Giddey and Kobe White. So let's see what happens going forward with this one. I mean, Patrick Williams comes to this game. Now, he's been getting less than 10 minutes a game. He even had a DMP at one point. He plays just under 20 minutes a game. Now, the one thing I said, now shout out to Luke in the Bulls Discord, in the Bulls HQ Discord. One thing I wanted from Patrick Williams in this game, knowing that Zach Collins was going to be out and obviously Patrick's going to get, I just want to know he's on the fucking floor. Okay, today he made it. Yeah, he was on the floor, which was good to see. But overall, still didn't really have that much of an impact in this game. Um, and that's and again, as I said, I don't need him to put up stats. It's not about the numbers that Patrick Williams puts up for me. It's about the impact he has on this game. Now, early when he first got on the floor, he came out and it's like, okay, Pat, you've taken getting your minutes reduced personally, which is good to see. Now it looks like he's gonna come out with some fire and prove that, "Hey, I belong on the court." 3 away from the field, 1 of 3 from beyond the arc, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Yeah, just a typical, honestly, just a typical Patrick Williams game. Nothing special there. Isaac Okoro doesn't trouble the stat keepers much. 4 points. Not much else to add really there for Isaac Okoro. Overall, like it was just a poor effort overall from the Bulls in the second half. It was a complete utter disaster. Um, Now Anthony Edwards early in this game, he wasn't doing much. He was letting the game come to him. But he finishes with 23 points, 9 of 13 from the field. Julius Randle goes for 28 points. Naz Reid, 33 off the bench. Um, he was absolute, just getting anything he wanted from wherever he wanted. 11 of 18 from the field, 6 of 10 from. And some of y'all in the comments, man, already like you guys must be bots because wow. Um, Rudy Gobert having his presence, 4 blocks in this game, 10 boards, only gets the 9 points. But yeah, this overall, honestly, I'm not that overly concerned about the game itself. I'm more worried about now the injuries are going to start coming for the Bulls. I'm going to probably predict that Josh Giddey's going to be out for 3 to 4 weeks. Kobe White with that calf strain, I dare say now he's re-injured the same calf by the looks of it. So the Bulls are probably going to be like, all right, let's err on the side of caution here. He's probably going to miss at least a couple of weeks. But it's going to be tough to see. Zach Collins is also going to miss the rest of this week, as I've already mentioned. We can't afford any more injuries. That's just plain and simple. We just can't afford it. Right in the comments, I am here, but yeah, I think people are deflated because I think most people know what this team is. Yeah, we do know what this team is, Ryan. And but the problem is though, at least it just in my opinion, when this team is healthy, it's a lot different to when they're not healthy. Like we've seen this team when they're healthy that we just saw that 5-game winning streak. We started the season 5-1, 6-1, whatever it was. Injuries hit, and then everything falls apart because we just don't have that superstar player. So yes, does that mean we're a middle of the pack team? Yeah, probably, but I see your point. I can't argue against it. Um, Really, there's not much more, not much left to say. Lev P, you leave the Diddy comments alone, brother. Like, what the fuck is that shit? None of that Diddy shit in here. Trey Jones, he's one of those guys. He's probably going to get more minutes now that with Josh Giddey and Kobe White being out. Obviously, I'd assume was going to see an uptick in his minutes. We're definitely going to see Dalen Terry and Julian Phillips get minutes. I'm sure there's a certain Bulls fan out there who's just absolutely gone overly excited that Julian Phillips is going to get some minutes. I'm sorry, I just don't think, even with all the injuries, he's probably one of those players to me. I'd still leave him at the end of the bench. Javon Carter, he's definitely going to get some minutes now with Josh and Kobe out. Dalen Terry, hey, I just need Dalen Terry to come in. Like as we said on Bulls Without Borders the other day, Dalen Terry's just one of those players I need to come in and be the Tassie Devil. Just come in and fuck shit up, and fuck shit up in a good way. But yeah, this is a this is a really, really tough loss for the Chicago Bulls. Like coming off that loss the other day, and now who do we got coming up? Let's bring up the upcoming schedule for the Chicago Bulls. So on New Year's Eve, it's going to be New Year's Day for me here down in Australia. So happy New Year's to everyone. We do host the New Orleans Pelicans. Uh, s- so that's going to be another tough game, especially now that the injuries are starting to rack up. Then we're going to have the Orlando Magic and the Charlotte Hornets to round out this home stand for the Bulls. I think as they go into January 5th, which to my understanding is actually going. That's if I remember rightly, that's Derrick Rose retirement jersey retirement night. Actually, is that the game? Is that a home game against the Celtics? I don't even know. But I do know that it is a home game against the Celtics, which we do have the Derrick Rose. No, that game coming up is in Boston. Let's have a quick look here. When do we play Celtics? Okay, I must be mistaken on who we're playing when it's jersey Derrick Rose jersey retirement night because I thought it was the Boston Celtics, but that game's in Boston, and we don't play Boston. Oh, maybe it's January 24th when we host the Celtics in that game. But yeah, tough stretch coming up for the Bulls. They do need to get again, like I said before. I just hope these injuries aren't too serious. So this is going to be something that they bounce back quickly from, and yeah, we'll see what happens going forward. But hey, the Bulls take another L, drop to is it 15 and 17 now on the season, 2 games below 500, and you can bet your ass that the pro tankers are going to be coming out saying, "Look, see, it's time to tank." Well, the Bulls are probably going to lose game just by the nature of having important key players out of the lineup due to injuries. That's just the nature of what's going to happen going forward for the Chicago Bulls. But hey, we'll see what happens coming up. All right, well, not much more to say to be honest. I know I went live on this and see what would happen with it. Try and have a little bit of fun. But hey, that's gonna do it for me today. So don't forget you guys can follow me on Twitter at balls_Troy. Follow the show at Whole Lotta Bull. Hit the like and subscribe if you haven't already. So until next time, Bulls fans, see red, be good.